All right, Carla, it'll work. All right, so now I'm gonna restart it, and now I'm gonna share
And
it
then
to
we
you.
might check their mics too.
Yeah, I'm on it.
They went back to friends. Why?
That's Facebook.
They're not letting
I'm on.
do it.
Here I am.
Did you share it to you?
No, I just clicked on.
No, I want to share it on your wall. You understand? This is on my wall.
Okay, hold on. Share.
Yeah.
What
share
mic
it.
are you on? Did you say
5.
5? Okay. 5? Oh. Okay, 3, 4, okay. That's it.
Did you share it to you now?
I don't recall any big stands there. I should, you know, I should put that through the other camera too.
Oh, here I am. I shared it on my wall.
Oh, you can see it though.
Like that? It would be coming up like that on mine?
It's on your wall?
I guess so.
But did you share it?
Yeah, Robert's saying it.
All right. I'm sharing it right now.
Yeah, I did.
All right, then you're good.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So now you can talk to your friends. Say, hey, everybody. All right, let's do a mic check, guys. Put your thing on.
Hello, testing right up.
Jerry, you might be too loud.
I'm very loud.
I know you.
It's really loud.
You're too loud or it's loud?
It's
If
really
it's too loud, you're too old.
No, in mine.
You never heard that saying
Put
before?
that on.
No.
Put your head things on.
That was a Kiss shirt back in the day.
Really?
I like doing the things a long way.
Okay.
Don't talk yet until I lower it a little bit. Too loud for her. Hold on. What one you want? You want 2? See if that's better. Get it, guys.
Hello. Wow.
Hello.
Still loud?
Super.
You don't hear
I don't
anything?
hear it at all.
You hear anything?
No.
Can you hear
Super.
yourself?
Oh my gosh, I hear
Can
this.
you hear yourself?
No.
Maybe you got the wrong headphones on.
I got
No,
a
it came with 5.
I got mic on 5. But
This is like wow.
still loud?
Wow.
Alright, let me see why. Hold on. That's why you gotta do this first. You don't hear anything. Somebody might change. Try it out.
No. Yeah, somewhat.
See, somebody changed the mic.
Hello.
I heard you.
Jerry's too loud.
Yep.
I don't hear her.
Hello. Hello.
I hear you normally, but not from here.
Okay. She doesn't hear me through our headphones.
No, I don't hear it from here either.
Okay.
You're not hearing it either?
I hear me through mine.
No. Oh, that one's unplugged.
Which one?
Marlo unplugged it. The one you guys unplugged. That's
Hey everyone out there, we're gonna be starting soon.
Try, see if you can. That one, see if that one works.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, they're all plugged in. Just this one's unplugged here. Give me your headphones. He unplugs it. Just so you know, it's dead. Now listen to it.
Okay, now I hear you.
Hello. Hello.
Can you?
She's
Wow.
still really loud.
Yes. See?
She's loud, or is she?
It's this.
She's loud.
No, is it your just mic, or is it both of them? Yes. Look, listen.
Say hi.
Hi.
She's okay. Say hi.
Hello.
She's fine.
It's just you.
It's just
Okay,
this
all
one.
right. So it's not your headphones.
No.
Okay. I got it.
This is what I need you to do also. Do you want people to see your amazing face? So you leave that like that and turn it like that.
Who?
There's the camera.
Jerry, try it out.
See? Hey. Better.
Better, or
Thank-
you want?
No, it's better. Thank you. See what I'm saying? Do you understand?
What are you saying?
Saying, don't you want people to see you?
Who's gonna see me?
I can't take it. How do you take it? I can't take it. I can't take it, people. I can't take it. God knew not to give me a penis. I would hate me.
I am not even gonna go there.
I would hate me.
We will definitely be canceled for the remainder of this
Listen.
century.
No.
If
no.
I even
Don't even touch that camera.
comment on that, it'll be all over.
No.
How's it sound? Does it sound okay?
Yeah.
It's good.
Is it loud or is it...
No,
No.
it's perfect. So talk to all your buddies out there.
Oh, if you got a combination corkscrew rotary remover, that doesn't do work of all of these.
Huh?
The honeymooners.
All right, so we got to turn our volumes down. I'm saying, turn your volume
That's like I'm
down.
hearing like 9,000 people.
Me too.
Don't worry, folks. We are packed to the rafters.
Oh my gosh.
5 minutes yet, you guys are still long.
So,
What happened to the old cartoons like Tom and Jerry? Remember?
I think,
Oh my God.
I think,
Whoa! Can you bring a Crambo said it?
I think they're watching it right now.
Everybody at work knows the sanitation.
Is that it?
I
My
fe- it's
CD
funny-
guy.
Picking up one day, I saw a little guitar, and I started singing Crambone from Tom and Jerry.
Oh
Me and
my
my friend
God.
were bored.
Oh, since we have a minute, look at the TV, guys. Look at the TV.
Look at the TV.
Okay, ready?
I
Seriously,
don't have my
stay there.
glasses on.
Smile at the TV right now, seriously.
Everybody wants to know when you're going to start.
I just took a screenshot of that.
How?
I just,
Oh, on your phone.
Yes.
Okay.
How, what
Everybody
am I,
wants to know
Indian?
when you're going to start.
We're gonna start in
What are we starting?
5 minutes. We're
I'm
starting.
just telling you. That's
What are we
5
starting?
minutes, guys.
You want your paper?
5 minutes, guys.
What do you want to go in the ring and start? I'll start.
No.
It's a joke.
I mean, if you want to start, we can start.
I wrestle now with a frozen
You
shoulder.
can always start
reveal.
early. It doesn't
Do you want
matter.
to start?
Whatever you want to do.
All right, let's start, baby.
Hey, you got Louis Cedeno. He loves wrestling, by the way. He's a DJ over at 102.9 DLG Radio in Florida, Orlando, Florida. He's listening. He loves wrestling.
I'm
he
gonna-
may
Nice.
call
Oh,
in.
Orlando, Florida,
I'm gonna
NXT.
share this right now to Australia, guys. I forgot.
Australia.
That's right.
What's
Yeah.
up, mate? Men
Hey,
at
mate.
work came from.
G'day, mate.
Do you come from the land down under?
Off, guys. Here we go.
That's loud.
Oh yes, creatures of the night. Welcome to Take It Two Takes Over NJ, and on HamiltonRadio.net. I'd like to welcome you all, and I want to thank the Jerry Petito Show for having me here. Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome. So, we've kind of reversed roles here tonight, guys. So, he is the host. I am his co-host, right? So, introduce yourself, beautiful lady.
I'm Jennifer. I am, how can I put it?
Yeah, good.
Taker 2's manager.
There you go. She manages Taker 2.
Dead man.
So, this is my CD guy. Taker 2, Sal. I'm going to let him take the show over in 1 minute, but I want to read his poem, of course, okay? So we're going to start there. Sal, CD guy, Taker 2. In honor of Elvis' passing, I was brought to a show at the Strand. Richie Santa sang tribute to Elvis, while this guy sold CDs for the band. The show was the best I've ever seen, so I made my way out really quick. I attacked this poor guy selling CDs. Must have thought this is one crazy chick. But of course, I then used my power. Hamilton Radio's card I pulled out. Can you make sure I meet Elvis? If you stay here with me, no doubt. Damn, CD guy, you are awesome. Hey, guy, do you have a name? My CD guy's name is Sal. This guy is now in the game. You were born and raised in Brooklyn, and a really proud father you are. You also love to travel. Have you visited places real far? 3 of your favorite foods, Italian, Spanish, Chinese. You do have really great taste. These foods go down with ease. From DSNY, you retired. With security experience as well, no wonder they wanted you there, keeping watch on the CDs to sell. Madison Square Garden and MetLife, Shea Stadium and Citi Field too, were some of the places you guarded. I bet everyone was scared of you. You love Johnny Cash and Bon Jovi. I think there's someone you missed. I really don't want to slap you. Why isn't Elvis on your list? Richie Santa will not be happy. He may not take this with ease. He may see you as a traitor and have me sell his CDs. Kathy's not happy either. She told me so herself. She said that you are fired unless you redeem yourself. DC and Marvel movies are two of your favorite shows. Again, no mention of Elvis. Sal, this really blows. Your sports teams are Yankees and Devils. No footballs for you on the grounds. Damn, you are batting an average. Please just lie and say Cleveland Browns. You know, because that was Elvis's fave.
I didn't know that.
Okay, well, I'm here to tell you, baby. Sal is a fan of wrestling. WWE is where it began. A neighbor of his named Al turned him into a really big fan. 1983 was the year you got hooked. At a show you will never forget, The Undertaker is your fave. How cool you two even met. You didn't stop there. You are a true fan. Alter ego Taker 2 to honor this man. I never liked wrestling, never watched it a lot. I'd only watch Tito Santana because he was really hot.
Arriba.
I even got to meet him on a cruise many years ago. I'd autograph it for him if you get him on my show. Hint, hint. Sal, my friend, it's time to hand the show to you. Tell the world what's happening and what you are planning to do. Tonight's your debut of a really cool show. The man comes around, Taker 2, for the world to know. So this is for you.
Oh, man.
Okay?
That was beautiful.
Thank
That was
you.
Really good. Your opponent didn't know it.
Honey, I know it. Honey, I know it. So you have a lot of people watching, and I just want to say this. You know, my dad's gone now, but if he was here, he would not believe that I'm co-hosting and sponsoring a show about wrestling. He couldn't get me to watch wrestling with him for nothing unless Tito was on.
Well, let me tell you, it's come a long way since then. It's very long.
Okay,
Yes.
the show's yours.
What are we talking? Let's go do a roundup there, partner. What do you got?
We're going to start off with the Royal Rumble.
Oh, yeah.
This year, after how many years, we finally had a women's Royal Rumble. We got the sights of Michelle McCool.
Taker's
Sure.
wife, yep.
Yes.
Oh.
Trish Stratus. We had Lita. Not for nothing for a neck injury. She sure stood her ground.
Yeah, you had that. You had Trish Stratus.
Yeah. And then to believe that the winner was Asuka. What's your take on that?
Oh, wait, two Japanese people winning the Royal Rumble in the same year. I think that's a first.
Because
I think that is a Shinsuke Nakamura and Asuka. Yes. What's been going on since the Rumble we just had in Las Vegas, the Elimination Chamber to determine who will face the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar, and what happened was Roman Reigns, of course. Can't get enough of that guy. Oh, if what's his name was watching, Gene, that wouldn't be nice. No, Roman Reigns won. If you notice, I love the storyline they're doing with John Cena right now. He's like on a disappointing, bumpy road to get to WrestleMania. So he lost the Rumble, lost the Chamber match, went on this past Monday Night Raw and said, where am I going to take it from here? What do I do? What do I do? And he mentioned The Undertaker's name, of course.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
So he showed up on SmackDown. He won against AJ Styles to put himself in the Fastlane pay-per-view, which is in a couple of weeks. So it'll be a six-way elimination for the title. It'll be AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cena, Dolph Ziggler, and Baron Corbin. So,
But that doesn't give you an idea of who might come out?
well, there's rumors going around that Taker might show up, but there's something else. Rey Mysterio, I heard, is under contract negotiations right now to come back. And Triple H has an exclusive taking control over that man's contract, so we may not get to see Taker at a WrestleMania, but rumors are going around if he doesn't do a singles event, might team up with Kane, as the both of them might walk out and ride together into the sunset for their last WrestleMania as a tag team. So we don't know yet what's going on.
But do you really think he would miss a WrestleMania?
Oh, that's. I don't think so.
Because he's on what?
Well, when
20
we went to see him in December, he hinted. You know, there was a few hints at the Raw 25, you know, his promo was kind of eerie. You know, those fall before me, rest in peace. So who knows? You know. Anybody want to call in? Take your we'll take your calls and your thoughts on the latest with Cena and what else is going on. You know, we have NXT. NXT is like the minor leagues of the WWE. Just like, you know, you have the Yankees and you got their minor league system in Tampa, Florida. NXT is where all the up and coming stars are, where Asuka was and Shinsuke Nakamura and all these other stars. So with that, it's like any other thing with sports teams. They're trying to sway out the old and come in with the new. It's been going, I mean, the longest running show on TV for 25 years. You can't go wrong. And Vince has slightly stepped down to concentrate on his repurchase of the XFL, which starts in 2020 with the Football League. And so Triple H basically married into royalty. He knew what he was doing. And we'll take it from there, you know. We'll see what goes on. So there's the number on the bottom of the screen if you want to call in, say hello. All my wrestling friends. You guys know who you're out there in Brooklyn.
So you're a Southern boy. Ding.
Ding.
So I have a question for you. All right, so this is the quietest I think I'll ever be on any of the shows. This is what I'm hearing. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, and blah, 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 blah. So you know a lot.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that, too. How did you get involved in this?
In all honesty, I grew up a tomboy. I don't know, there was something that intrigued me about wrestling, and in all honesty, Undertaker scared me growing up. It was Undertaker and Goldust. But then knowing him, it came more into that urge to watch.
Okay.
Because I always had that, you know, I want to wrestle, but then it's like, do I really want to get put through a table?
Have you ever done it?
Well, there
No.
is a school, you know.
But, okay.
With my luck going through a table?
So wait, I have a question for you guys then.
Uh-oh.
You know, people say all the time, and I even said these things. Is it fake sometimes?
Not totally 100%.
Not totally. If anybody remembers Dr. David Schultz on Channel 7 News, somebody said to him something about being fake and put the guy in a chokehold, and I don't think that guy was ever on the news.
Oh,
after
really?
that.
No,
Yeah.
he slapped his face.
He
and
slapped
hurt
his face,
ear.
something like that,
It was John
yeah.
Stossel.
Yes.
It was 2020.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
He didn't get sued for hitting him?
Well, because he asked him if it was fake, and it's like, well, what we do is not fake, and bang.
That's not good.
It's just very well practiced.
Well, there is a school.
Well, he was making a
yeah.
point.
I get
Yeah.
it on someone's head.
No, he slapped the taste out of that boy's mouth.
Sal, did you ever meet Ruben?
Ruben,
is
pleasure.
Co-partner.
co-partner of Hamilton Radio.
How are you, Ruben? Pleasure to meet you.
Sal, my CD guy. Taker 2.
Well, yeah, taking souls and digging holes. No, we can't use that.
So it's never fake.
No.
There was one part of, well, the whole with Matt Hardy and Lita at the time.
But that was actually real, though.
Were dating, and back in some of the days during the Attitude Era, they used to do real life storylines. Yeah. And which was true, which she was dating him and
Messing around with Edge.
messing around with Adam Copeland, Edge, and that whole story was just out of control.
Yes.
If the two guys really hate each other, they will slap each
They
other.
did that
Yes.
with the Macho Man. Remember in Miss Elizabeth?
Yes.
Where they had, were getting divorced and they got married, and
Mm-hmm.
they used that, followed that storyline to the point where, she went to WCW.
Yes, they all jumped ship that time. And I was at the Garden the night of the famous Click curtain call at MSG with Razor Diesel, Triple H, and Shawn in the ring when they did the old Click sign. I was at the Garden that night. That's when the both of them's contract ran out at midnight, and next night on WCW Nitro, Scott Hall presented himself.
Did you ever meet the Hulk?
Hogan? No. I actually was at, like you said, in '83 at the Garden on December 26th, 1983, with my friend Peter, who lived in Brooklyn with me. We used to live around the corner from the N train. Jumped down the subway there, got on the train to MSG. We used to go to a game room that was downstairs from the Garden in Penn Station. Right, and went upstairs, and that was the night the Sheik beat Bob Backlund. And the month right after that, that's when Hulkamania started. And that whole Hulkamania, it was like John Cena's like the new Hulk Hogan of the modern day WWE.
And you're telling me that Hulk Hogan, that was not
Let me tell you
an
something,
actor,
Jerry.
that wasn't acting, and just like for the fans and all that. It really wasn't.
It's a little, if you could say, watered down now. When we were talking the last time,
A little.
because, well, you know, with the concussion policy, there's no more chair shots to the head. You can obviously don't want that. They will get hurt, you know. What else? What other thing they don't do? You don't see blood
The
anymore.
tombstone.
Well, the tombstone. Well, Taker does the tombstone.
He does.
I wonder
it
if Gene
often,
remembers.
though.
Gene, you remember when
Well, that was actually considered a pile driver.
what
too,
was
back then,
his
too.
name?
Who?
Snooker got pile driven on a concrete by a wrestler and really got hurt. And like Ray Crippler Stevens, that was his name.
Oh wow, yeah.
Ray the Crippler Stevens.
I know something about wrestling. Andy Kaufman was the one who got messed up in the neck by a wrestler.
Yes, my old partner Anthony is watching.
He just typed that. I didn't really know that.
Andy called Jerry Lawler.
Yep.
Jerry Lawler on the David Letterman show slapped, and Andy Kaufman was another guy who thought, oh, these guys, what are they doing? And Jerry Lawler basically taught him a lesson.
Great job, babe.
Jerry Lawler took, you know,
Donna?
But remember,
We got a lot of people listening and watching.
Speaking about the John Cena, remember the Unforgiven when he fought Edge in the TLC match?
yeah, well,
He
that's,
chucked Edge in the Long Island Sound.
yeah, that was funny. There was a lot of great ones with Triple H and the Randy Orton storyline when Randy Orton, what did he give his famous move on Stephanie in the ring, and Triple H went to his house and flung him out the window.
For real?
Yeah,
That was the kick, I believe, right? To the head?
I think he need Vince, and then he DDT'd Stephanie in the ring that night, and
Yeah.
then Triple H, you know. There was a lot of great storylines when The Undertaker did the Ministry of Darkness, when he had all those guys, and he was talking in tongue that time, and went to Vince's house with the Taker symbol lit on fire in front of Vince's house in Connecticut, supposedly. That was great. That was some great story. You will never see another character like The Undertaker. And how that began was Vince called Mark up and says, am I talking to The Undertaker? And his character back then was based on, if you ever watched my favorite cowboy movie of all time is Tombstone. And how they wore the black coats with the ties, how the cowboy, the southern western Undertakers, and that was his look. And he had full control over his character, and he evolved every year with something different.
Body bags,
Something different.
burials in the ground, remember?
Buried alive matches.
Coffin matches.
Yep, the casket matches.
Oh,
where he had
amazing stuff, man.
Yokozuna, the Samoan family is a very big dynasty within the WWE. From Rocky's grandfather,
The Usos.
Chief Peter
Yep.
Maivia, to
Yep.
Rocky Johnson, to The Rock, the Usos, the
Rikishi.
Yokozuna was another one. He
Rikishi.
played
And all his kids and nephews.
Yep.
Who's this Simonelli guy?
who?
I don't know.
And Tamina.
Oh, what's up, Joe? He's talking about my ex-supervisor in the sanitation, Billy Simonelli. I miss, you know what? I'm retired, but I do miss the camaraderie and working with those guys every day. And be careful if we do have the Norista guys. I know you're going to probably be working 12-hour shifts like we normally do. Be safe out there. And remember, always safety is always first, second, and third on that job, so be careful. Yes, the Tonga Kid. Dominic, what's going on? The Tonga Kid, you had, who passed away not too long ago? Was
Rosie.
it Rosie was one of the Samoans, and the guy with the thumb.
Umaga.
Umaga.
Umaga's been gone for a little while
Yeah, he
now.
has
though.
No, wasn't that the same guy as the Tonga Kid?
No.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
She's got nothing. You got everything. It's because of you we're sitting here.
I
dear.
got nothing.
We thank you for this.
You're
Yes.
welcome, but
We're part of now the Hamilton Radio family.
you absolutely are.
We are family. And one night we're going to go all out to eat, and we're going to, break bread and have some funny
Just bring
laughs.
back-
We'll go to
Yeah, I can't go
Papa's,
anywhere.
right, Dominic? Papa's, baby.
I haven't tried that yet. They were closed the last time. Got here a little early.
Papa's.
Papa.
You'll try it next Tuesday. You're coming, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so there you go.
You can have Elvis on, right?
Yeah.
We've got a caller, guys.
Well, who's this?
It's 5:15.
Oh, that's because of this. Okay. Hold on, guys.
You're on here.
No, yeah.
Hey there.
Who's this?
This is Jesus Santiago.
Who?
Jesus Santiago.
He's another Elvis friend of mine. Hey,
Oh,
Jesus.
what's up?
Meet Sal.
Hey, I hear you do this wrestling thing.
Yes.
Well, do you remember a Bruno Sammartino, an Andre the Giant, and a Judo Gene LaBelle?
I know Bruno and Andre,
I don't know the third
which
one
the
either.
Andre, I believe April 10th on HBO, the Andre thing, his life story, Andre the Giant.
Right.
Yes, that's going to be amazing. Andre was, let me tell you, do you remember the guys in the masks? It was
Yes.
the
I mean,
giant,
Mascaras and all these things.
the giant machine, this machine. That was another great. It's all
Some
it's all-
badass.
Yes,
They
it's
will-
changed. Who's your favorite?
Well, my favorite back in the day was Bruno Sammartino.
No, there'll never be anything like Bruno. It took a while for
Yeah.
Bruno to come back, but I'm glad he did.
But he was one of my favorites. And then, then I got to hear about Gene LaBelle. Gene LaBelle was a pioneer. Him and his mom were pioneers. They were the ones that were bringing up wrestling back in Los Angeles and California back in the 40s and 50s.
Wow.
And oh yeah, and he's still alive. He's one guy that gave Bruce Lee a tough time when he put him in a fireman's grab, and he ran around with him, and Bruce Lee couldn't let go.
Oh, Bruce
And
Lee
he was like,
great. I
yeah,
love-
Bruce Lee was phenomenal, but he couldn't escape this man's hold. This man has such a strong hold. For a wrestler, his hands were huge. They're like the size of two of my hands. So I was like, whoa.
Some of these
So-
guys, let me tell you, some of these guys, cameras make everybody, different sizes. And I ran into The Undertaker twice, and I stood next to that man. I was like, oh my God. Guy's almost 7 feet tall, and you don't believe how big they are in person until you meet
Yeah.
them.
That is true.
Well, I was supposed to get in a match with back in the day, when I was 38, with in the 90s, with a UFC fighter who was a Roman Grommo grappler or whatever, some kind of Roman stuff, and he's a wrestler also. And thank God I didn't, because when I finally met him, I looked at him and I said, "Oh my God, he's 6'3", weighed like about 300 pounds, and here I was, a measly 190, and I'm looking at him going, Jesus, he would have killed me."
It's funny you just mentioned the UFC and how many fighters. Ken Shamrock was one who came over.
Mhm.
You had Brock.
Yeah,
Les-
yeah, he
Brock
won.
Lesnar seems like he's going back, and if you watch Monday Night Raw, Roman Reigns, that was a shoot this past Monday when he got sort of pissed off because Brock was supposed to show up and go face to face, and he brought up that Brock's not here tonight, and he got in trouble, I think, for it because he was taking pictures with Dana White along the Vegas Strip there. I guess he's
Uh-oh.
going back after he drops the title. And Ronda Rousey just made her way in, so she looks pretty good when she lifted Triple H up and just put him through the table. So
He's a great wrestler, and one of her main teachers is that guy, Gene LaBelle. That's one of her main teachers.
yep.
Jesus.
That's somebody you want. Uh-huh.
Sal doesn't really know who he's talking to, but I would like you to tell him who you are, really. And
Well,
what,
he mentioned wrestler.
but hold on. Tell him your claim to fame about, you were just put into something again.
Oh yeah, I've been in the World Martial Arts Hall of Fame and all these Hall of Fames that they have for being a instructor of the year and Kung Fu Master of the Year and stuff
Go,
like that.
Kung
But
Fu Master, baby.
There you go. Wonderful. Well, there is a friend of mine right now, if he's watching, Robert Santa. He's a big MMA fan and stuff. And he has a thing with Ring Fever, and he loves interviewing you guys. He's big on the MMA. He's a true fan of you guys.
Oh, there you go.
And,
There you go.
we're actually supposed to go to Atlantic City tomorrow to the Tropicana. There's something going on there. Am I correct? I think-
They usually do have something there. I usually go at the beginning of the year because they have the big martial arts expo there. That's where they usually have the Hall of Fame thing. and they have all the old masters from back in the day there, all the movie stars and all that stuff.
I just remember what it was. It's I think Louis Neglia is throwing something tomorrow night at the Tropicana.
Oh wow, Louis Neglia! Wow,
Yeah.
That's an old name right there. That's from back in the '70s there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I think I remember when
sounds
he had a
good.
school back in my old neighborhood in Brooklyn. He had one, I think. A couple of.
Oh, you're
karate
from
schools.
Brooklyn? You're
Yes,
from
I am.
Brooklyn? Cool.
I'm originally
I'm
from Gravesend section of Brooklyn.
Well, I was born in Puerto Rico, but I was raised in the South Bronx.
There you go. Let's go Yankees.
You know the deal.
Of course. Nothing beats.
I'm so
nothing
happy you got to.
Nothing ever
I'm so
beats
happy
New
you got to speak to you tonight, man. Huh?
But Jesus, wait, you can't just get off the phone that easily.
Uh-oh.
A one-liner, baby, for me. A one-liner.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? All I can say is treat me like a fool. Treat me mean and cruel.
There you go, Jerry.
But love me.
The man sounds very good, man.
Thank you, my darling.
Thanks for
Break
calling,
my
brother.
faithful heart.
Don't be a stranger.
Carry on a fire. But love me.
I'm getting serenaded here.
Thank you, darling.
That's awesome. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you very much. Thank you, man. Thank you for answering some of the questions.
Anytime. You don't be a stranger.
Don't be a stranger.
Hey, I'll be around, man. I'll be around.
Thanks, Jesus.
Take care.
Your son
Bye,
is on.
Jerry.
Bye, sweetheart. Thank you.
Oh,
Your son is on.
my son
Okay.
Nicholas. What's up,
Bye-bye.
kid?
Aw.
My son is some guitar player. He self-taught himself. He's totally
amazing.
incredible.
You have to hear Nicholas's guitar.
Nicholas, if you could see the phone number there, why don't you call Daddy up? I want to hear if you could play a riff on the guitar
Oh,
for me.
play for daddy.
Yes. Hopefully.
Hopefully he does.
I wanted to say I met Ted DiBiase a couple of years ago at a fair here in New Jersey, and his hands dwarfed my hands. Even though he didn't look big in the ring, he was over 6 foot tall.
It's all family oriented now. If
And
you
what
look
a
at
great guy! I mean, he
Cody-
was just
Cody
such
Rhodes.
a wonderful person to talk to, easy to talk to, and really appreciates his fans.
Your son is going to get his guitar, honey.
Cody Rhodes is wrestling. You know, part of the Rhodes family with Goldust. You got who else? The two Bray Wyatt and his brother.
Yeah.
Another part of that family. My son is saying, "Let me get my guitar set up." All right,
Yes,
kiddo.
all
We're
right.
waiting.
Yay.
He's all excited. He probably doesn't know where's it go. Where's it go? My boy's gonna be 16 years old next month. Oh my God, I'm getting old.
My grandson just turned 17.
I
Please
saw that.
shush. You're
Yes.
getting old. Shush.
Yes.
He got his license Monday.
Take her. Tell her when's Nikki's birthday.
April 6th. No, April 19th. I'm thinking of my dad. I said April 16th.
Tell me that's not ironic. We're 2 days before.
With you and me.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
And my dad. Hello, Dad. I know you're watching
My
up there. My
anniversary.
father. My
Good.
father's anniversary is 2 years this April 16th. He's passed on.
Tell me that's not.
Oh wow. And Sal, don't forget who you're doing the show for too. China. Joni
Yes,
Lawyer,
that's
and
why,
also,
if you notice, I'm
Rodney
wearing-
Toombs.
I was rowdy before rowdy was cool. The hot
Wait,
rod.
Where's the jacket?
My DX jacket is over there. There is not one. I was approached at an event, and somebody offered me $500 for that jacket.
At multiple
give it to
events,
him.
you mean?
At multiple events, yes, $500, because that was the last jacket ever sold. Because before they had the
that's-
WWE
that's
Shop
cool.
Zone, they were on the Home Shopping Network. So after a pay-per-view, they would sell the T-shirts and the hats and whatever, and those jackets on the Home Shopping Network. And the lady goes, "This is the last one." Okay. Hence, one year back in 1996, I decided to wear that jacket down in Orlando, walking through the airport, and somebody thought I was a wrestler.
All right, see what.
Could you get your autograph? Get your autograph?
That's pretty cool, but why didn't you give autographs?
No.
You could have done it. Like I would have, right, Gina? If someone approached
I
me.
couldn't do that.
Yeah, it's kind of like your. I wouldn't do it either.
No, but I would.
Well, I only...
Make their day. Give them
Yeah.
your autograph.
autographs come when you see the other costume on, so...
It's sort of like when we met Tom Arnold in California. Everybody kept saying that's not Tom Arnold. I said
I
that's
need a
Tom
new
Arnold.
wig.
So.
I know a lot of people are watching. I have one request. You remember the last? You know, it's like I said that I retired. It is time to give back, and I'm not gonna give back just doing this show. Giving back, if anyone, 1966 Batmobile.
Oh, right.
Please let me know where I can rent one. Help me get one.
But does
It
it
is
have to
time
be
for the-
1966? Because
Oh.
what if someone has a Batmobile and it's not 1966?
Well, I love Adam West. Adam West was,
No,
the
right, I get it, but
Batman.
kids won't know the year or the beat. That you know what I'm saying?
Okay, original Batmobile.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
All right, you happy now?
Yes, I'm happy now. We got to work on this.
Got to
Yes.
work on it. The
Okay.
original Batmobile.
Yeah.
So I could don the cape and cowl, drive into New York or wherever there's a children's hospital here out in Jersey, and I wanted
That's
to make
beautiful.
a few kids, smile. I've always loved making children smile.
Yep.
I was a coach for a little league baseball team. I love it. I mean, and hopefully my son could do that as he's putting his guitar together. I told him, stick with it. You could teach kids a little younger than you,
That's right.
pick up an instrument. That's a gift having an ear for music. Not a lot of people have that. I had a guitar. Now all these games you have Guitar Hero and stuff, it's a little. They came out with real guitars now for the games, so like you're trying to watch a TV and go, don't work. This kid's amazing.
Oh wow.
He really
Handsome.
is.
Let's get back. The Hot Rod Roddy Piper. He was the best. There was no other great talk show than Piper's Pit, and the best one was with Jimmy Snuka. Would you like a coconut? Boom, right in the head.
Oh my God.
That's gotta be the right, Gene. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Split it
When
right
he had
over his head.
Snooker on there, and then Andre the Giant picked him up by his.
I remember Andre.
Picked him up by his neck, and said, "Shaking Piper." And Piper's famous line was, "Never throw rocks at a guy with a machine gun." That's what he told Andre. And Piper's probably best line. Just when you think you have the answers, I change the question.
There you go.
That I love. I never
We have a
heard
call,
that.
guys.
Oh, who's this?
There you go. Okay.
Hello.
Hey, it's Dave.
That's really.
I got it. Go ahead.
Dave, hey.
Hey, am I on the air?
This from Wisecracking, everybody. The Wisecracking Show. You're on the air.
Right. All right, I'm on the air. What's up, Sal?
What's going on?
How much? I'll give you a woo. That's about all I can do for wrestling.
Dave is
You
styling
got
and profiling on the other side of the phone.
you got my Ric Flair, and I can do a snap into a Slim Jim. That's about it.
Oh, that was the best when they were making fun of the Macho Man when he went to WCW and him and Hogan.
Right. Hey, I'm happy for you, man. I mean, you got a face for radio.
Thank you.
So, so you're great. I mean, I know wrestling's a passion of yours. So that's awesome. Listen, Jerry told me to call. I looked at the clock. I'm like, damn. So I'm like, so that's why I'm calling from work.
I threatened
So-
him with a wooden spoon.
So welcome. Is Gene there too?
I'm here,
Working
brother.
the boards? All right, man. So listen, I just wanted to wish you the best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
You're gonna do great.
Thank
Don't
you.
listen. Don't really take between me and you. Don't listen to Jerry too much.
I knew
Just
he was
kinda
gonna
do
say
your
that.
thing,
Hey, listen.
You know.
She's on my good side, so I don't want her to hit me with a
No,
chair
you don't
over
want
there.
her-
I might get a
Yeah,
couple of
no,
chair shots from her.
He's so full
You
of
don't want her
crap.
on your bad.
Listen,
you don't want her on
Davis.
your bad side.
Dave
No.
is so full of crap.
are
He
you-
calls me once a week and says, "Tell me what to do."
Because I don't know. I'm like, listen, I have a wife outside of Hamilton Radio.
That's
no
great.
offense to Gene,
But
so
yeah,
at least
don't
I got a
listen to
sponsor
her.
Now.
So what do you
So
do,
listen,
Dave?
What's that?
What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
I do medical transport, my man.
Oh, okay.
Taking
That's great.
just taking people to the doctor, dialysis, stuff like that. And I'm up Jerry's butt every now and then.
God bless you
you
when
know.
you do, my friend.
You know
but
who he is,
no,
right?
thank you.
Of course
Well,
I know who
listen,
that is.
in all seriousness, I know you're a I can't even. What's his name? The Gravedigger, right?
Taker.
Is that his name?
Undertaker.
Undertaker, Gravedigger, whatever.
Great.
Listen, I know you're a
That's
big, you're
Dave.
a
I
big
know
fan
who
of
that
wrestling.
is. That's Dave the Beard.
But
I
I
know
think
who
you
that is.
should. Huh?
Yes.
What'd you say?
Gravedigger's a truck.
Oh, that's right. Listen, you're going to do great. Hamilton Radio's great.
We love
It's good. It's a good place to be.
and because you could do your own thing. There's no real rules to it. So I don't know much
You
about
just told that to
wrestling.
the wrong person.
Yes, you did.
What? Well, what? That you can do your own thing?
Yes.
Listen, I'll take
Yeah,
that bait
I-
and kiss you.
You know, listen, my show goes south. My show goes off the rails all the time. So, you know, take your show, run with it, do what you got to do. It's your time, man. So do what you want in your show. And
Listen, the last time me and you were
Huh?
together, I said the last time me and you were together, we laughed so hard. I said, just imagine if me and you had a show up here, we'd be in trouble.
oh my God, forget it. People would stroke out. You know, but I'm not going to curse on Jerry's show. I know I'm live on
No,
the air
there's
right
no,
now,
there's no
but
cussing here.
Listen. So Jerry's the type of person that she sends you like a PM going, "Hey, it's my birthday on the 7th. Don't forget."
Oh yeah, if we don't,
Yeah, I
if
know.
we don't come, we're gonna be in
She's
trouble.
gonna-
She's gonna kill us all.
She's going to be like 64 years old or something, so she's up there. you
Really?
know?
Aw.
I hate
It's
you.
time for those benefits to kick in from Medicaid and get her. How's your leg, Jerry?
Getting better. You're dead when I see you in person.
Are you gonna bring an ambulance with you that night?
I might bring the wheelchair and carry her upstairs, and you know, I'll bring her some Ben Gay and whatever, so she'll be good to go.
Ben
Well,
Gay-
listen, Sal. Listen, I love
Just
you
bring the
like a brother. You're a
biofreeze. Ben
great
Gay
guy.
smells too much.
Huh?
I said bring the biofreezer because Ben Gay smells too
Oh,
much.
I can't take it.
listen, man. I love you like your brother. I thought you were a cool guy when I first met you and Richie and Rob and everybody. But do your thing, do your wrestling thing. Jerry, you know I love you.
Love you
Hi,
too,
team.
baby.
Is John Brecco there or anybody else?
No, no,
there?
no.
Is Danny there?
Nope.
All right, but I'm not listening to your show because I just don't care. No, I'm just kidding. I just want to wish you best of luck.
Thank
and
you.
that's it. And do your thing, man.
Am I gonna see you Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, listen. It's her birthday. It's Jerry's birthday, so you got to be there for the queen. I don't know if Marty's going to show up, most likely, but Jerry reminded me that it's her birthday. I got
Yes, I
a
did.
surprise for her.
Yes, I did.
A gift she's got to open up on the air, and I did get her a membership to AARP, so she is good to go with that.
I've actually got one.
Such an idiot.
So do I. I'm
All right,
an AARP.
how old are you? How old are you, man?
Me? I just turned 51, if you
Yeah.
believe it.
Get out of here, really?
Yes, I'm 51.
Wow. Okay. All right. So listen, I'm going to go. I got to drop this lady off, but do your thing. And see, Jerry, you didn't have to remind me to call. I called.
You're the best, Dave.
Thank you.
I'll see you
And I
Tuesday.
didn't curse, man. I didn't curse.
You
All
were
right. I'll
good.
see you. Hey, is Richie going to be there on Tuesday?
Yes.
How could
Richie
you have?
Stanton. How many other people? How many other Stantas are going to be there? I
Tune
mean, not
in.
Stantas. Oh
Tune
my
in.
God. How many other Elvises are going to be
Tune
there?
in.
You'll have to come and find out because I have another special
I
guest
might dress.
coming as
I
well.
might dress up as. I might dress up as Elvis. too.
Dress
I might
up,
go see-
baby. Let's do it.
We could dress up or dress down.
Or dress down.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
don't
yeah.
get dirty on Jerry's
We'll
show.
come in
You
with
guys
our own
cool.
birthday suits.
Oh my god.
And don't ever talk about JS. Don't talk about, no, what's his name? JC. Don't talk
JC.
about him. Don't bring him up.
No.
I learned that the first night I met her. All right, Angry Lesbian. Go do your thing. And I'll talk to you guys later. Good luck with your show, man. Wish you
All right,
the best.
thanks, man.
And I'm going to go. I'm
Gino,
out.
cut
Bye,
his
Sal. Talk
mic.
to you later.
Cut his mic.
We love you, Dave. Bye.
He's great. We're all nuts. We're all nuts. Who else is calling
wait,
in?
I wanna-
What happened to my son?
So wait, he'll call. I want to ask you guys a question about someone you mentioned, a wrestler, and you were saying how there will never be another one like him.
Mhm.
Who is that?
The Undertaker.
Oh,
no,
The
no,
Undertaker.
No.
Who?
There was someone else.
Oh, Roddy Piper.
Okay, who is that?
Roddy Piper was the best. You ever see the movie? What was the movie he was in again?
They live.
They Live. Great movie. Roddy Piper was. You grabbed the mic and that was it. He was. There was none better.
He was a wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He unfortunately passed away, I think, due to cancer.
How old was he?
2015, he passed on. Gene?
Yeah, that was
Well-
just a couple of years ago. When I was
I-
contacting him
Wasn't he
after he
in
got
his
on Alex
50s?
Jones.
But how famous was he in like what era? Like
Oh.
how come I don't know him?
In the Hogan era.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He was
Cindy
at the
Lauper, right? The Cindy Lauper
the
thing?
first WrestleMania at MSG
Mhm.
with Mr. T and Hogan
Yeah,
against
I know them.
with Piper, and then you had Cindy Lauper with the whole
Ah.
rock and wrestling
Yeah, I
connection.
remember that, but I don't
Captain
remember
Lou
him.
Albano.
Okay.
Captain Louis Albano. Oh, it was in her video.
Okay.
Just
Girls
a-
just want to have fun.
yeah.
So,
Now
yeah.
since I had an idea looking at your Hot Rod shirt. Ronda, how you think she's gonna play into WrestleMania?
Well, Ronda Rousey, from what I heard, she's called Hot
Ro-
Ronda.
No, Rowdy.
Rowdy Ronda,
Ronda
no,
Rousey.
but her shirt says Hot Ronda.
No, it doesn't. It says Rowdy.
No,
one she had
she
on.
had a black shirt on that this past Monday Night Raw. It said Hot Ronda on it. And it's all the colors, and she had Piper's leather coat on when she came into the Royal Rumble, when she showed up at the end of the night. Supposedly she's dedicating her run dedicated to the Hot Rod himself. I would
Because
imagine.
he said she said he was the one that brought her into the well, basically.
Well, he basically
Introduced her.
introduced her, yes, because she was a big fan of his, and I think she got the okay from the. I think Piper's daughter right now is wrestling as well.
Yeah, because she said she spoke to the family, and she
Yes.
said she was going to do it in his dedication.
Yes, in his honor.
So his daughter is wrestling.
Piper's daughter is wrestling.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
don't
cool.
know what her ring name is.
Okay.
Like Ric Flair.
Rachel Toombs.
Rachel.
But I don't know what she's wrestling under.
Is she part of the WWE NXT? Well, I gotta look that up.
She
We
might
gotta
be.
look up Rachel.
Might be.
Hey guys, we're taking phone callers.
Where is
If you want to call in and ask this guy some silly questions about, I don't know,
I was talking to
wrestling.
Tori Wilson. You remember her, right?
Yes.
Oh
she was
yeah,
at the-
Tori
She's
Wilson
she's
was
coming back.
Tori Wilson was dating A-Rod at one time.
Yeah.
Tori Wilson was in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she says she's coming back.
A lot of these girls.
But on
are
an
going
actual contract or a Legends contract?
Probably like off and on type of
So
thing.
probably a Legend.
Yeah, no, I don't think anything permanent because she's doing fitness, a lot of fitness. She's always on her Facebook page live feed, and she knocks it out of the park every time. She
So
don't
what
even
do you-
look the same.
She's great. Michelle McCool doesn't look bad at all.
Not at all.
Well, her and her husband, they work out together a lot.
You seen the video that came up on Instagram
Of who? The both of them?
when he was doing his tricep lifts?
Was he lifting her?
No,
No,
he must have had
I'd
He
like to
probably
see that.
could.
what 200 pounds, probably more than that.
There's somebody else's daughter who wrestles too.
Eddie Guerrero.
Mick Foley.
Oh, Noelle, I got a picture with her if you saw
You
that.
know a lot, Gino, man, about wrestling. I'm impressed.
I
honey.
can't think of her name, and she wrestles in Jersey.
Eddie
for,
Guerrero.
Wrestling was my life in the 80s because when I worked with the
Oh.
state police,
God,
every time
My-
there
my
was a match on Monday Night Raw, we would talk. Or
my Brooklyn friends would know.
yeah, they would pull the guys over from a stop going.
Oh,
wherever.
Tully Blanchard's daughter, Tessa.
Oh, okay.
That's her name. I couldn't think. I had to think of the guy at, my age, was starting to
Is that right?
let's go downhill after 50, right?
Listen carefully. Never mind. I'm older than you, and you're talking like you're ancient. Stop
Age,
it.
age is only a number. It's how you feel inside. That's what I believe.
Beat him.
That's what I believe.
So,
Yeah.
what else? What
What
else should we
What
talk about,
What's
Gino?
going on? It's WrestleMania season.
Yes. Now we're gonna talk about WrestleMania. I'm
Aren't
gonna
some of
test
the
his facts.
wrestlers at these horror cons and Comic Cons?
Yes.
Yes.
Undertaker.
Meet a lot of these other people there too.
Undertaker.
Yes, I don't know what the next big one. Well, when WrestleMania is back at the Superdome in New Orleans, they're looking for another 80 or 90,000 people, I guess.
Oh, you mean Tully Blanchard's daughter is a wrestler?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that now. Someone just typed it in, Diane.
Oh, Mama Mittens.
I'm pretending, Diane, that I know this stuff.
Diane is a great woman.
Hi, Diane.
God bless her. And she's a veterinarian. Takes care of
Oh,
takes
beautiful.
care of-
You're a beautiful person.
takes care of them animals
Yep.
and knows what she's doing. Definitely knows what she's doing. Know her a long time also. That's about another person I know of about 20 years and better. From the bar scene in Brooklyn when Rob Santa used to play. Who used to play with Richie's band back in the day was AJ Perro from Twisted Sister, the drummer from Twisted
Oh,
Sister.
wow.
Oh, nice.
AJ was a great, and God rest his soul as well. AJ
Wow. Oh.
ran into him once shopping in Staten Island at a Toys R Us, and I knew who he was, so I didn't want to get excited and go AJ, God forbid anybody would have turned around and go, run over to him. I hate
Ken Neal from Twisted Sister was here. He was the bass player.
another great. That's my favorite acts. All 80s and 90s rock. Hair Nation on Sirius XM and stuff. Did my son get lost? Nicholas.
Hey, Jeff. Love you.
We have a lot of cops. We have a lot of cops watching. I guess they like wrestling and stuff.
Yes.
A lot of cops.
God bless the men in blue.
That's
God
right.
bless.
That's right.
Any Jackson guys out there? I live in Jackson. Oh wow! And you're right. It is hot in here.
Not too hot.
Listen,
I told you she was all dressed for winter. She's gonna come in here. She think it's
That's
summer.
if I put that costume on, I can't melt in here.
I was waiting for that costume.
Oh, you're not gonna put it on?
No, no.
Well, it's not with me. It will. It will.
All right, all right.
At least a
It
hat.
will, believe me.
All right.
It's ready. Got to get a new wig.
When he's in costume, we got to make sure we move everything out of the pathway. Just saying.
He almost fell down the stairs once. That was probably the best.
Oh, you could dress in the bathroom, just walk.
I walked. That picture I have of Paul Bearer and The Undertaker, I parked with my friends in a parking garage. Literally walked the streets of Manhattan for a couple of blocks wearing that thing, and people in restaurants were looking at me like, what in the hell is going on here? And scared. And I actually scared a kid at the Prudential Center one night. I felt so bad. I felt bad.
Oh.
Nothing beats taking, pictures with kids. It's all good fun. Remember the original Batmobile?
Gotta get
Since
it.
we're talking about the picture of you and Paul Bear, tell everybody what happened.
Who, to Paul?
No, when that picture came along, who did you give it to?
Oh, I handed it to the man himself. And I think he almost cried.
They
Oh, right. Tell
Yeah.
that story. That's a great story.
Yes, on December 8th of last year was the Ace Universe Comic Con at the Nassau Coliseum. I says, I got to do this. It's been 21 years since I met the man the first time. Get in, I'm wearing full garb because I wore it the first time. I says, Taker, I got a present for you. It's a gift from me to you. Handed him the picture. He just stood there, looked at it, and he paused for a couple of seconds. And when somebody goes to cry, you hear that sniff?
Yeah.
Like that. I heard that, and then he handed it to somebody who worked for the WWE and says, well, that was a nice gift. And that was
hang
it.
on to this.
Sal, we got a call.
And he said,
There you go.
Hi.
Go ahead, Sal.
who's this?
Kathy Leary, Jerry's friend.
Hey, Kath.
Hey.
How are you? Meet Sal.
Howdy.
Kathy Leary.
We hear.
Hey, Jer.
Hey.
I tuned in kind of late. I'm good. I missed the beginning, so I didn't get to ask these guys who is the person that really made them want to get into this.
Oh, who?
Whose phone volume is on?
Hers. It's hers.
Oh, Kathy. Kat, turn your volume down in the background, Kathy, of the show. We hear it.
Yeah, I'm hearing something. Are you still
Okay,
there?
on my phone or on my computer?
Whatever you're listening
It's
to the
probably
show.
the computer.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
Okay,
hear
it's muted now.
Okay,
So now I
good.
can't hear you guys. Can I?
Yes.
Oh, we can hear you.
Okay.
Loud and clear.
Okay, cool.
So now, guys, answer our question.
Who-
Okay, so now I can see you and I can talk to you. Okay, cool.
Yes, back in the, I would say, late 70s, a friend of mine where I lived in Brooklyn, at the time,
Uh-huh.
wrestling was on at midnight, 11 o'clock or at midnight, somewhere around there, and used to take me upstairs to his house. We used to watch the wrestling. So I really didn't go to any live events until like 1983 with my friend on my block. And I guess Hulk Hogan changed the whole landscape of the business. And
Yeah, I
then-
guess that's when I kind of.
yeah, and then
noticed
and
it
then the
roughly.
Undertaker came in 1990. He was at the Survivor Series, and when I saw that character, there was something about it, about his character alone, the way he walked methodically to the ring, slow paced, like he was a dead person. At the time, I think he wore white makeup on his
Okay.
Yeah,
face
he-
or something.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't know that. There were only a few pictures seen like that.
And he had the ripped pants.
Yeah,
the purple boots.
yeah, yeah, purple. Yeah. Well, no, back then it was
I
gray.
don't ever remember that.
Gray
Right,
at
yeah,
first. It was
yeah.
gray at first.
Gray and black.
He wore gray and black first, and then he changed to the purple after he did that '94 SummerSlam against the fake Undertaker, which was DiBiase's. Which was Brian something. His name was Brian something, and he became part of the DOA, part of the Undertaker's real motorcycle gang.
Right.
He was actual part of a motorcycle gang. Which Yokozuna?
I missed out on
and,
that part, Jerry.
Which
So wait, she's a biker chick.
Is she?
Wait, Kath, did you hear he was part of the motorcycle gang?
I'm just catching up on that. I said I missed
Yes,
that. gang.
the Undertaker is part with some of the Yokozuna was part of that with Oh, I can't.
I can't hear
get
what
it.
Jerry's saying at all.
Jerry's not saying nothing.
Jerry is silent. She's like, "What am I doing here?"
Jerry's never silent.
This is one show I've been very silent because I don't really know what they're talking about. I
Yeah.
only know Tito Santana and Hulk Hogan.
You mean Chico?
Chico baby.
Chico,
Chico
Jerry.
baby.
That's what Jesse Ventura
I
used to
came
call him.
When I was younger, it was Andre the Giant.
Yes, Andre was. He was a scary figure.
Yeah.
Very, very. Him and John Studd had some classic matches against each other. And then, of course, him and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3 in the Pontiac Silverdome.
Okay.
Don't ask how we lift
I
that
can't hear
man up.
Jerry's mic at all, just so she knows.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can.
Okay.
She's like,
Shout out to my cousin Michael John from Florida. Hey, baby.
Florida people, bring some of that nice weather up this way, please. Or we'll have to go down there and do the show.
So, Kathy, he was part of a motorcycle gang.
I
Yeah.
know. I wished I had known that. I could have tried to ride with him.
Yes.
He still does, I believe. I believe it.
Does he really?
If you see
Yeah, you're gonna get him on the
some,
show so I can meet him and ride with him.
if you see some wrestling video from the Undertaker back in the day when he was the biker Undertaker, he'll
Okay.
have he's got a tattoo on his stomach of the gang on it, and I can't remember
Wow.
what was the letters again. I can't remember the letters. It's been a while since I seen him without his shirt on. I think
Is he single? That's what we really want to know, right, Kat?
no, those guys are not. I wanted a motorcycle back in the day, but it's too late. Because
Well,
of him,
it's never too late. I'm mid-50s and I ride.
because of him, I wanted one.
What kind of motorcycle?
I have a Harley Heritage.
Nice.
I want to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah. Never too late to learn to ride.
Hogan was also in the motorcycle gangs as well.
Well, Hogan, no, not Hogan.
Harley. He used to ride.
Taker's, one of Taker's bikes came from the Hells Angels in New York.
Wasn't it the blue one he came out in?
He has one. I like the one. He's got the purple and black one. He's got the what do you call on the bike with his hand out like this. It's great.
See, Catherine, you thought you wouldn't know what to talk about.
Exactly. You can start me talking about bikes. My
Okay.
bike's purple too, so I already have something in
That's
common.
right.
Was it
Sal,
the
you
black
remember when
one?
the Undertaker had his own racing car?
Yeah,
That was awesome. wasn't
They
it?
had everything. Speaking of bikes, the old
Daytona?
where I worked with the Department of Sanitation, they also have a biker club too, and they do all these rides for Toys for Tots and stuff like
oh, that's
that.
cool, Kath.
So you should be riding a bike then.
I could see myself
Oh.
down for the count.
Oh, yeah, no, don't say that. All right, I'll let you guys go back to the show. It was nice to talk.
Thanks, Kath.
Thank you.
Bye, Jer.
Bye, sweetheart.
Actually, think coming back to the Rowdy Roddy Piper, let's see if you know this. What was the main event of WrestleMania 1?
Speak into there, baby.
What's the what?
What was the main event of WrestleMania 1?
It was him. Who was the other guy?
Do you know Gino?
WrestleMania 1 was Piper, and it was Bob Orton was in the corner because of his fake cast. Oh,
Yeah, he used to call him AC
Can't.
or something. Remember?
who was the other wrestler with him?
We got a phone call, guys. Hold on.
We're
There you
gonna
go.
time. Yo, who's this?
Hello. Hello, can I please speak to Sal?
Who's calling?
Sal, this is Steve from New York City.
What's up?
Oh, my cousin. I love you, Steve. Hey, Stevie.
Aw.
NYC, and the place to
Sal,
be.
so-
Yo, what's going
Sal,
on?
I'm sorry to interrupt. So I heard a lot of things about you from my cousins. I hear you're putting on a wrestling show
Well,
soon.
yes, we're gonna try to hit it hard.
What is the premise of the show about exactly?
Well, we're going to talk about what's going on in the world of the WWE. Also, some indie companies, independent wrestling companies out there. There's a couple in Jersey. There's somebody I know in Staten Island that throws one. They're all over the place. And let's not forget, that's how the WWE started before it became really popular. Is they used to hit the schools in Brooklyn. I remember going to see a couple of matches at St. Mary's, Lincoln High School. Lafayette had them, where I used to go to that school in Brooklyn, Lafayette High School.
I remember the whole premise of before the WWE. I watched wrestling as a child. You're talking about, yes, WWE turned into a conglomerate of
Yeah.
unbelievable proportions. Before that was Guys
Yeah.
like Bruno Sammartino, Dick the
Right.
Bulldog Browser, George the Animal Steel.
George
Right?
Steele was the best. He was a college professor, I believe. Was he
Wow.
not?
Yeah, in England, yes.
Yes.
So they turned that into. You're right. These independent guys, they have a chance because they turned look what they turned the WWE into. McMahon and his wife.
Yeah, Vince took it right from his dad and then ran away with it. And if you remember, he actually, I believe, had to borrow money just to get Mr. T into Madison Square Garden for the first WrestleMania.
Yeah, and look what that turned into now. You have
It went from
Undertaker,
being
you had
one,
Hogan.
now we're on number 34, if you could believe it. And they went from the whole thing was every 10 years they were going to be at Madison Square Garden celebrating the anniversary. It became little arenas into these huge stadiums and
Into a Superdome.
into the right. And now next year, if you notice, the Royal Rumble will not be in an arena next year. It is at the stadium in Phoenix, Arizona, where the Cardinals play football.
Oh, wow.
So the
That's
Royal Rumble will now
unbelievable.
be back in the stadium again. If you remember SummerSlam back in London that time when the Bulldog fought, I think Brett was the main event, and they had like 80-something thousand people at that stadium.
Oh, maybe at Wembley.
Yes, that was it.
Wembley's a big stadium.
That was the one.
My girlfriend, so more fodder for you, more fuel for you, I should say. My girlfriend works for Fox,
That's
so
right.
every time they have to do an event, at like let's say the Barclays Center, and they rent
Mhm.
suites, the number one suite cost wise is for a wrestling event. It overshadows
Oh, wow.
rappers, concerts,
Yes, and
sporting events.
it's funny you said that
Yeah.
because I remember a one telecast on the WWE. The Cincinnati Reds were home in Cincinnati. The WWE drew more people at that event than the Cincinnati Red baseball game.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah, so wrestling is big time across the country and probably all over the world. Wrestling is big time. It's a smart move what you're doing, Sal. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you. And of course, if you're a big music fan, my other favorite group is Kiss.
Oh,
And if you noticed,
Yeah, I know.
the Kiss cruise for November is officially sold out because Ace Frehley is back. And if you notice what Gene and Paul did, they copyrighted. It's the end of the road tour is coming up, and they're going on a big tour, the group, and they're going to call it quits, I think, after next year. So that
pretty cool, yeah.
this
I
whole
listened
cruise
to Kiss as a child.
this whole cruise thing is taken off, and Chris Jericho, Y2J, is having one, and he's having some wrestling on there, and he's gone from wrestler to musician, back to wrestler, and if you remember, his father was a big hockey player with the New York Rangers, Chris Irvine.
Okay.
And when they
Wasn't
do
familiar
these
with him, but-
when they do
Go
these
ahead.
big hockey things, and I think tomorrow night at the Prudential Center is the Christopher and Dana Reeve, Mikey Strong's benefit thing.
the
you're gonna
foundation for Christopher Reeve, Superman?
yes, and it's all
Yeah.
gonna. I think he's gonna be. I'm not sure because Jericho usually does all that, and that's another good cause. And of
There's
course,
a lot of stuff going on with wrestling, huh?
there's a lot of things going on, man. so much. There's so much going on. I can't even keep up anymore. And like you said, with the whole, these independents. A friend of mine had a federation called FWE Wrestling, and Tony Nese and Johnny Gargano were wrestling for them, and Johnny and Gargano now is with NXT, and so is Anthony Nese is on 205 Live. So those were two guys who I seen come up through the ranks, and
And
I
those-
wish them the
those
very
names
best.
You just named independent companies?
Yes, FWE, WOW, SWF. There's one that they do events. Pat Buck has a company that they do with Rolway Rec Center. I forgot the name of that company, but they're all very good companies. And you'll see Tessa Blanchard wrestles for one of them. You'll see people who used to wrestle with the big companies who want to get back, like who just came back and he just got injured from NXT.
But I understand the premise, what you're saying. This is, you're putting out a different circuit for everybody to have more jobs and come around. It's like a D League or a Grapefruit League,
Right.
the league,
Exactly.
and it's good for the wrestlers, you know, and it's good for the business because now there's competition without, you know, the giant monopoly of the WWE.
Well, that's what happened with Vince. You see, when WCW was still around, and I used to do it just like everybody else, and Raw would start at 9, and Nitro would start at 8, and you want to watch the beginning of Nitro because you know Hogan and the NWO were going to come out, and with Bischoff, and then if you remember before WWE went live with Raw, it was taped. So what happened was when Bischoff says, hey, if you want to watch some whatever wrestling show, you know, tonight you're going to see Mick Foley win the title, blah, blah, blah. And people tuned in to Raw just to watch Foley win the title. And that's what started the whole Monday Night Wars. Then they went live and head-to-head with each other. And they couldn't, you know, stay in competition anymore. And Vince, if you saw the storyline, had his son down in Florida. They were simulcasting on both channels that night. So if you flipped to TNT and USA, you were watching both of them. And it was just great. And the storyline was that his son bought he goes, the name on the contract does read McMahon, but it reads Shane McMahon. And the whole thing was awesome. That was the greatest storyline, but they didn't do it properly. I think they could have stuck with that if they would have done it right.
So what is your role in this? Is there any way we could support you? I could tell people to support you. What is your business?
My business is to hopefully we do great here and get everybody to listen. Hopefully we'll have some wrestlers come up and, you know, what got them into the game and where they want to go with it. And we're going to have fun.
I can make a flyer, Stevie, and
so you're talking, I'm sorry, Geraldine, you're talking, what you're going to do is you're going to promote your show through the radio program.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I got a guy in the gym. His name's Fabio. I'll talk to him. He's got maybe an interesting story for you. He's trying to get on the wrestling circuit for quite a while. You know, he's what it takes. Maybe you interview a guy what it takes to get on the circuit. You know.
Stevie,
that sounds good.
Listen, Steve, I'll get a flyer together and I'll give you
Steve,
the phone numbers.
where are you in New York?
Sal could interview
in New York?
him. You could interview that.
I'm in Astoria, Queens, and Astoria,
Okay.
Queens, Sal is a hotbed of activity now, like you wouldn't believe. All right, there's all kinds of young people from all over the
Okay,
US
you heard.
here.
Do you remember Johnny Rods? The unpredictable
not.
Johnny
What,
Rods.
John,
He has a wrestling school in Brooklyn. I believe it's still under the Brooklyn Bridge there. I ran into him in Staten Island. He lives in Staten Island, and I remember him. And he has a wrestling school, Johnny Rods. There's a lot of wrestling schools if you look them up. You know, and I would love to, you know, have him on to
Yeah,
see
you
where
could
he wants to
interview
go, interview him. I don't mind.
Under the bridge.
of course, you get anybody, you know, whatever. It's an interesting stories. Like look at the show that just went on Glow. What was it called? The Women of Wrestling. Glow. What was it called?
Oh,
they just
on Netflix. That's an excellent show. I love it. Love it.
yeah, it was great. The story was great. It was so
that's-
interesting, you know.
I want to see. You know what? I've been watching wrestling for over 35 years, and I want to see new people. You know, I don't come on to put down anybody. You know, you want to throw Roman Reigns to be the new face of the company. All well and good. You know, he's going to be the guy, apparently. You know, you see John Cena. I think John Cena's character would have been a great heel if they would have did the turn like Hogan did, getting rid of the yellow and the red and turn into the NWO. That was great. If they would have done that with Cena, he would be off the charts right now. And it's good to see new blood and new faces on TV, like Triple H's baby's NXT, and you get to see all the young wrestlers. That's what I want to see. I want to see people go crazy. Oh yeah, somebody just mentioned Taz. I think Taz has a school somewhere. Taz is another guy from the Red Hook section of Brooklyn. You know,
this is big money in wrestling. There's a lot going on there.
It's crazy. You know, they have their own thing on the stock market. The WWE. They're on the. They got a thing.
They're on the market. I've seen it. Yeah, but God bless them. So, Sal, I wish you the best of luck. If you want to make any flyers and you give them to me. I talk to a lot of people in Astoria. I've been here my whole life. Believe me, give it to me. Tell Geraldine to tell me what to say to people.
You mean
I'll say,
Jerry?
"Check
Tell
this out."
Jerry.
Tell Jerry.
Listen, you
Jerry.
just told my secret.
Changing names. That's
Tell
okay. I
Jerry,
prefer.
John, that's
it's all
my
right.
cousin. I love her. I don't care.
Stevie, wait. Before you get off, I want you to tell everybody something, okay? Because this was so cool. I scrapbooked that photo. So Fox 5 covered something at my cousin's bagel store. Tell them the name of your store, where it at, and what happened with that guy naked in the snow.
No way.
Wait, it was the snowstorm that just passed. I own name of my store is called the Bagel House. It's in Astoria, Queens, and there was a guy walking by. The snowstorm was pretty rough that day. The gentleman was walking by with his dog, and he walked by and he just had a pair of shorts on with no shirt and no shoes. And
right.
now, if you know these kind of like about the cold extreme, okay, guys can handle no shirt for a while, but the real problem is no shoes. You can't walk around with no shoes because you're gonna get frostbite, right? And the guy was walking by with no shirt, no shoes, and I missed him, and he took off. But he came back like 10 minutes later, meaning he's still walking around in this terrible snowstorm with no shoes and no shirt.
Okay.
And I said, "Let me take a picture of this guy. Make sure I get my name of my store in there."
Yes, it was
I
great.
took it, and I submitted it through emails to Fox through my girlfriend, and they put it on all day long. It was
Yep.
pretty cool.
And I scrapbooked it. It was the greatest thing, walking his dog.
No.
I say naked.
What is that? Now it's Fox 5's news she works with?
She works for she's an event planner for Fox.
Well, what's the name?
And
What's
her
that?
sister works for Fox News as well, domestic.
Sukanya's on Channel 5 now, huh?
Yeah, so
Wow.
Sal, they're into it. They talk about everything. You know, there's so many different personalities there. That's not for me. All right?
I love you, cuz.
Steve,
I love you guys, too. I got to go teach
All right.
kickboxing
Thank
class.
you.
I love you guys.
All
I
right.
love,
thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate
good luck,
it.
Sal.
Thank
Take
you
it easy,
again.
guys.
Bye,
All right.
Stevie.
Okay,
Thank
ciao.
you.
Oh, that was real nice. Yeah, I'd love to. You know what? Get some of these guys to come on. What's your passion? Where do you want to go? They want to go big time. That's what it's all about. WWE. That's the place you want to be. Hey, sometimes you can't. The schedule's hectic. Some of these guys wrestle between 200 to 300 days a year. They don't see their families. You know, it's kind of rough.
Guys, we'll take a couple more phone calls. We're going to be ending the show at 6:15 tonight. We'll take another phone call.
What happened to my son? Where was that guitar, Nicholas?
You know what's funny, Sal, is a lot of people say that wrestlers, when they're on these, events, they really don't get a chance to talk about things. And I really found it refreshing that if we do this open forum like you're doing, they're really going to let go on a lot of stuff that's been bothering them. Maybe on the road or aches and pains.
Yes, speaking of aches and pains, a lot of these guys do get hurt. Diamond Dallas Page, he helped a lot of people out. And I think that's why... Oh, we got a call.
You got it, buddy.
We got a bingo. DDP Yoga.
Say hello.
Chillo.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, is that my...
Hi.
That's my boy.
There he is.
What's up, my kid?
Nothing much. How are you guys?
We were waiting for you.
What's
I
up?
hear amazing
I know.
things about you, young man.
That's my pride and joy right there. All right,
Sorry
Nick.
it took so long.
You got your guitar ready?
I do.
Let's hear a little something.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen of the world, this is my boy. That's the blood that runs through my veins right there. Go ahead, kiddo, hit it.
All right, hold on. I gotta look for my pick.
What?
Don't worry, make your fingers bleed. Don't worry.
You might get hired on the spot.
This
You
has
never know.
been an hour waiting for him to call on this. He didn't find his pick.
I love him.
All right, hold on. All right.
Don't you love kids?
He must have the kitten must be running around his bedroom right now. Was
I
Jasper?
know my thing isn't working. It's not working.
What's not working?
The pick?
My guitar.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I don't know if I broke it or what. Oh wait. Okay.
There it goes.
There he goes. I love it.
You got to get him in here.
Is that the song for the show, Nick?
No, but I mean it's a sample, I guess.
Oh, I love it.
So you're going to be making, let's talk about that a minute. You're going to be making a song for Dad's show, right?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, that's cool. And that will open up his show.
That's my boy.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. I can't wait for that.
I have an idea to throw out there.
That's my boy right there.
How about
He's gonna be 16 years old. Ladies, stay away.
Yeah. Nikki.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about one day during the summer, you come on, you play, and Daddy sings?
I think that's a great idea, Nikki.
Yeah, start a father-son band.
Okay.
I'd actually love that idea.
You agree?
That's beautiful because that night
agree.
I will even be a guest.
How's school going?
It's going well.
All right,
Passing my classes.
that's great.
Nikki, what about the piano?
You still doing the forensic science?
I'm still doing piano and I'm still doing forensics.
All right, cool. Pretty
Nikki,
soon.
you want to serenade us with the piano?
No, he's got.
What happened?
He's got to hook everything up. Leave the kid alone.
Leave the
I'm just
Yeah, I
happy.
didn't even hook on my piano.
I'm just happy he just called in. How about a couple of more chords before we go?
A couple more?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
All
Who's-
right.
Who's that band you just saw? You know what, Nick?
Yeah.
Do Barracuda for me by heart.
Okay. Hold on.
We all know that.
Just a little sample.
Oh, wait.
Come on.
Right. That's all I know. But
I love you, kiddo.
I love you too.
That's
all right,
really
I'll
good.
I'll talk to
I
you
can't
later.
wait
All
to
right.
meet you.
I
Awesome.
will.
All right, kid. Daddy,
All right. See you
Daddy,
guys.
Daddy, call you later.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
That was awesome.
All right. Bye.
So yeah, that's a great idea, Jen.
Who do we got watching? Everybody's watching. Anybody? Come on, folks. We got another 10 minutes.
Lewis Brown is
answer my
watching from
fact.
the New York Mets. Who's that? Is that a
Lewis
friend of yours?
Brown.
Lewis Brown?
Where? From the Mets?
He's watching. He's got a Mets art. I guess he's a fan of the Mets.
You still didn't answer my fact,
I know what the Mets are.
Because he doesn't know it.
so he's gonna ignore my fact.
Which one?
Mania 1?
What about WrestleMania 1?
We're still on that yet?
You still didn't figure out?
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
Oh.
Is he right? Oh.
It
Oh.
took you
There
that
was
long?
three of them, though, weren't all
Yes,
three?
there was. Hold on.
It was all three against one, I think.
No, it was really Mr. T was outside the ring. It was Hogan and Snooker versus Paul Wonderful, Mr.
Rowdy
Wonderful and
Piper.
Piper.
Right.
So
But they
when
interjected themselves in the match.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Hit him in the head with the fake cast on the left arm.
so when are you gonna get Chico on for me?
Tito Santana, arriba.
He was just in North Jersey. Somebody was saying he was on another show.
Because I'll make
He's
a copy
wrestling.
of the
He's
photo
wrestling.
of him and I will
Tito-
present it to him at your show.
I'm also friends on Facebook with Andrew Anderson, who's another wrestler.
You're not answering me.
Is that Arn Anderson's kid?
Stay on topic
He's
here.
part. I think he is part. If Andrew's watching,
Stay
That's not
on.
Mr.
Excuse
Anderson,
me. Excuse me. Stay on topic here. Tito Santana. Hello.
he was. Oh, well, that's where I'm getting.
Oh,
he
let's
was.
get
He
there.
was just somewhere with Tito. They were wrestling
Oh.
somewhere in Canada, I think.
So could
just
we
recently?
work on getting him as a guest here, and I'll visit.
If Tito Santana comes up here, that'd be great.
yeah.
If any wrestler comes up here, that
Don't
would be
tell
great.
anybody till after they leave.
Oh, that's right. Of course.
I'll
Never
invite.
get out the door.
That's right.
I'll invite anybody that wants to come up.
Okay.
Maybe we'll set up a ring right here. We'll have a little match. I'll let the
Little ring.
ceilings.
Now that would be great.
We'll go.
I would
We'll
watch
go
it.
through the walls here.
So.
I'll referee
Hey,
my.
Kev.
I'll referee my Undertaker.
We can, hey, Kev. We can always do a live remote from my friend's gym, 10,000 square foot gym. I got to talk to him about it though.
So
That's,
all right,
that's not a bad.
everyone. So
What do we got?
we're coming to the end of our show.
We're getting
So-
close. Anybody else want to call in before we go?
So we can take one more caller, but until that, so let me just give this announcement.
Go right ahead, Joe.
All right, so guys, and this is how you will end your show. About 10 of you say this. This is Kevin. His show is next, okay? So guys, we're coming to the end of our show. I want to really thank Sal and Jen because this was a really cool show, and this is his debut. Okay, everybody. So you'll see Jen often as well, right? You'll be co-hosting at times with Sal. You're his manager. So.
Not my manager.
So this is a really great topic for Hamilton Radio because there's a lot of people out there who are wrestling fans. Okay, and I think you're going to do wonderful. I think your show is going to really entertain. Let's use that word. Really entertain a lot of people out there.
All right, I got to stop you a second.
Go ahead.
Everybody says sports entertainment makes me like feel a vomit here.
Okay, so we hate that word entertainment.
No, a lot.
Talk.
A lot of guys hate the word sports entertainment.
I didn't say that.
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying, a lot of pros hate that word.
All right.
They like to be called professional wrestlers, not sports
Oh, I see.
entertainers.
So he will
But we're entertaining.
entertain you
Right.
about these professional wrestlers. Professional. The radio show. Right. There you go, Kev.
I love the
So,
shirt he's got on.
So everybody tune in to Kevin's show. Okay, that's
Yes.
coming on next.
Tune into
6:30,
all the
right?
shows here, baby.
Well,
all of them.
Of course, but right now, stay guys, stay with us because Kevin will be on at 6:30. So Sal, I want to thank you.
Yes, I wanna-
This was awesome. This was awesome.
I want to thank you. I wouldn't be doing here, wasn't for you, we would not be sitting here.
Well, I'm going to be sponsoring Sal once a month. Sal's going to do, I believe it's the 4th Thursday of every month, correct?
I guess that's what you said.
Yeah, 4th Thursday. Yeah, I think it's the 4th Thursday of every month, and you start.
Wait, hold on, write that down.
He will be on his own as of next month. So this is going to
no.
be really cool. So now tell everyone, say thank you to everyone, tell everyone the name of your show, blah, blah, blah.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in, calling in. I want to thank you again, Jerry, and the Jerry Petito Show. Taker 2 takes over NJ. Yes, Creatures of the Night, we will return. Hopefully with some wrestlers.
Every 4th Thursday of the month at 5 p.m.
What did he say in the honeymoon? Is if you don't show up,
I
I'll
love
come get you.
I love that, okay? And
Yeah,
with that,
call in. All wrestlers call in. Hopefully we'll have a couple up here.
So you have
Well,
2 minutes to say whatever you
minutes.
want to say out
2
there.
minutes to mid. No, it's not even midnight yet. Can't do that on you maiden song unless it's 12 o'clock.
Do you want to say thank you to your audience?
I want to thank everybody.
And
I
your
want to thank
callers?
Gene behind there.
There you go.
Gene, thank you so much, buddy. We're going to run away with this. We're going to have a lot of fun.
And your callers. Thank you.
My call is thank you to my son. Thank you,
Yep.
Nicholas. Keep working on that song. The Star Wars shirt just got me because
All right.
I am another big fan of that movie. And hopefully they do well with the Han Solo.
All right.
Trailer looks good. So does Infinity Wars just changed April 27th now instead of May 4th. They changed the release date. I guess they're going hard with that one.
All right. And on that note,
And on that note, peace.
peace.
Click sign up. Too sweet.
Thank you, everybody.